In this tutorial, we're going to have a quick look at how we can use the spreadsheet function on your GDC, which is this one down here. You'll use it for a number of different things in the course, but the main thing we're going to look at here is how we can use the formula functionality to derive lots of values very quickly, just like you might do on Microsoft Excel. First habit that's good to get into is to title up each of your columns. So I'm going to call that one X, I'm going to call this one sin X, and I'm going to call this one cos X. So as I say, it's a good habit to get into, then you can easily refer to each column and remember what data is in each of those columns. Now, my aim in this spreadsheet is to be able to work out all of the sine and cosine values from minus 180 degrees up to 360 degrees in 30-degree increments. So my first thing to do is in this first column, column A, is to get all of those angles from minus 180 to 360. So I'll type in minus 180 to start off with. The formula I now want to enter in is to add 30 degrees to minus 180. So to let the spreadsheet know that we're using a formula, we have to always type in the equals sign, this button over here. And then what I want to do is take A1, which I can type in, is just A1, so A1, and I'm then going to add 30 degrees to that, enter, and it's done that calculation for me straight away. To replicate that formula, I go Menu, Data, and Fill. I need to make sure that I'm in the cell with the formula that I want to copy down. So I'm going to fill this formula down. You'll see I get this dashed box, and I can just carry that on down to however far I need to go. In this case, it's the 19th cell is the furthest I need to go to. Like that, and that takes me all the way down to 360. In this cell, I want to then take the sine of each of those angles. So I'll type in an equals again, sine, and then A1, and it will take the sine of minus 180 degrees. If I now do the same again, data and fill, I'll drag that all the way down to the 19th row, and it's calculating then the sine of each of those values for me. So sine of minus 180 degrees is 0, sine of minus 150 degrees is minus 0.5, and so on. Just to show you another way that you could potentially do it, I'll do the same now, but I'll do it for cosine in this column. But rather than just typing the formula like I did before, I can actually type a formula in this cell here, and it recognises that I want to then do it for the entire column. So what we'll do is say equals, and what I want to do is do the cosine of column A. So I'll enter in column A, and I'll open and close some square brackets here. You have to use square brackets to denote that it's a column that's being looked at. If I now press enter, it's working out the cosine of every one of the values in my column A, going all the way down. So I didn't actually have to fill it because it's automatically recognised that I wanted to do it for the entirety of that column. So that's the alternative method that you can use in order to use a formula. Potential sort of applications for this, places that you might want to use this, would be, for example, if you're doing something with sequences, particularly maybe arithmetic or geometric sequences or series, and obviously you can fill down and do a number of calculations very, very quickly. So quite good for example, a trial and error method that you may want to use.